Hey, hello, welcome back. I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity, and this is another episode of the Getting to Clarity show. And this is the place that you come to figure out your next clear move as a leader. Now, today we are talking about unprocessed emotions and what they are costing you as a leader. So, you don't leave your emotional baggage at the door. You lead with it, whether you know it or not. That boss who micromanaged you, you might still be overcorrecting from it. That meeting where your idea got shut down, you might still hesitate to speak up. That time where you gave it everything and it still wasn't enough, well, maybe that's why you're still afraid to slow down. Most of us walk into leadership with more than a resume. We carry a backlog of unprocessed emotions like frustration, rejection, guilt, embarrassment, resentment, and whether we realize it or not, they shape how we lead. And when they go unnamed, they become our blind spots. So let's explore how these hidden emotions are driving your leadership and what it is that you can do about them. So we're going to walk through a framework that I created called the Clarity Compass. And it is a simple way to untangle old patterns of thinking. And it's a way to reconnect to what really matters. Now, this is not about fixing yourself. You are not broken. It is about seeing yourself clearly so that you can lead from a place of alignment instead of reaction. So why does this even matter? Well, unprocessed emotion, it isn't just a personal issue, it's a leadership issue because what you have buried doesn't disappear. It just gets louder in disguise. It shows up when you avoid giving feedback because you hate conflict. It shows up when you overfunction because you're afraid of being seen as dispensable. When you take on too much because you think you have to prove your worth. You think you might be being strategic, but underneath it's an old emotional pattern and it's pulling the strings and it's costing you clarity, your energy, and trust from your team. And also trust in yourself. So what's really going on here? This isn't about big emotional trauma, although that could be part of your story. This is about emotional residue, those micro moments of hurt, of dismissal, betrayal, or fear that we never fully addressed. So in NLP, we would say they become emotional imprints or patterns that replay in new situations until they are acknowledged and released. That's the only way they go away. And you might not even realize that it's happening, but every overreaction, every quiet resignation, every time you freeze up or every time you lash out, that is often a flare from something deeper. So here's the reframe. Unprocessed doesn't mean forgotten. It means it's hiding in how you lead. And once you name it, you can begin to shift it. So who can help you? You don't have to do this alone. And sometimes the first step is just saying it out loud to someone safe. Who is that for you? Do you have a coach? Maybe it's a therapist. Maybe it's a peer leader. Maybe it's just even in your journal. You might also want to explore support through reflective tools. Emotional release work. So in NLP and in HUNA, there are practices to release negative emotions. There's a lot of different ways to do that. You know, conversations with people who have walked this path too. They've been through something similar. And here's a surprising revelation. Pay attention to who stirs strong reactions in you. Sometimes the people who frustrate you are there for a reason. They are mirroring something unresolved in yourself. And the people that you admire, well, they may reflect something that you've buried or are afraid to claim, maybe something aspirational. So let that curiosity guide your growth. So how do you go about this? Well, I want to give you one tool or a practice. It's a simple but powerful exercise that I use with leaders who feel stuck in old stories. And it is the emotional audit. So think of 3 recent leadership moments that didn't feel good. They didn't feel great at all. Maybe you felt reactive. Maybe you felt withdrawn and you're just purposely on the sidelines. Maybe you just felt off, out of alignment. Okay, once you have those different situations, ask yourself in each one, what was the emotion that was present underneath? Not just what you did, but what you felt. And then ask yourself, when have I felt this before? Where did this pattern begin? Perhaps your unconscious knows and it'll pop into your head. Name that version of you that needed that at one point. Maybe you needed safety. Maybe you needed recognition. Maybe you needed permission. Okay, that's great. And it served you in the past, but what are you going to do moving forward? Choose one small way to meet that need now as the leader that you are today. You're in a different season. This is how we move forward and we rewire, not by denying our past, but by finally responding to it with compassion. It has information for us. Now, what's your next clear move? It's a great question. Awareness. Awareness is powerful. It's not the finish line, but it is the doorway. So choose one emotional thread that's still active in how you lead. Maybe it's perfectionism. Maybe it's the fear of being misunderstood. Maybe it's the notion that rest equates to weakness. Now, ask yourself, what is it costing me to keep carrying this? What is one way I can release a piece of this each week? Who can support me in releasing this? Because leadership gets lighter when you stop dragging the past into your present, and you're more than ready to lead from where you are right now. You don't have to be who you were back then. Now, if this episode stirred something in you, that is terrific. You're not alone. And you don't have to navigate it alone either. So I'd love for you to head on over to my website, www.debbiepetersonspeaks.com, and grab some resources that help you reconnect to your clarity. And if your team is ready for real identity-based growth, then explore the Readiness Reset Keynote or one of my customized Readiness Leadership Labs. Until the next time, stay ready, my friends. Be good to yourself, and bye-bye for now.